My 5-year-old son yesterday sat down with me and said, "Mummy, can I sponsor you?" And I was like, "Sponsor me to do what?" And he's like, "There's a sponsored walk." And what he meant was, could I sponsor him for this sponsored walk? I personally do not agree with schools doing sponsored anything, because all it does is teaches us that the wrong way to handle money, really. It wasn't for a charity, it was for some new equipment for the school. And basically he didn't understand. He didn't even know what sponsoring was. He's done things there before, but he didn't know what sponsoring meant. Now I looked at his little form thing, and on there it said that children will get a prize for, like, the one who comes in first or something like this, and then every child will get a prize that raises over £5. Now, to me personally, and I've written a strongly worded letter to the head teacher, this to me is bribery. You bring us money, we will give you something. Now, last year they sent letters home, could we have donations of chocolate bars to give out as prizes, right? So basically these children have brought in chocolate bars, and were they still to be there, these chocolate bars would be given back to the children for a fee of £5. Do you see where I'm coming from here? I don't want my children learning this kind of stuff. But the chocolate bars aren't there anymore because their behavioural expert kept them in his drawer, and when the naughty kids were sent to him, he was dishing them out to the naughty kids. Right, okay. But this same 5-year-old little boy, who would have been 4 last year, came home in tears, absolutely sobbing his heart out. And I'm like, "What's the matter, darling?" And he's like, "I'm really sad because Jesus died for us, and that's really sad." Another thing, which technically I do not want my children learning. Obviously, I've filled him in on logistics and what's right and what's wrong. But these things, you know, my children are being taught to be greedy. They're being taught how to bribe someone to get what you want, but they're definitely not being taught how to be good people. The people that are teaching my sons how to live, idiots in my opinion, and I'd say it to their face, and I fully intend to. As I say, I've written a strongly worded letter, and if the head teacher invites me into school, I will tell her to her face. But I have no control. I have to hand my sons over 5 out of every 7 days for the majority of the waking day to people who quite literally do not have a bloody well clue what they're doing. They're just taught to teach people. They're not taught right from wrong. And then obviously the children aren't being taught right from wrong, because the naughty kids are getting rewarded with chocolate the good kids are bringing in for them, and they're getting charged £5 for a chocolate bar. I've had to pay £10 because I don't go out the house, as you know. So we don't have people around and about. We can just say, "Oh, will you sponsor them as well?" It's got to come from me. I can't afford £10. Now that probably will make a lot of you laugh, but I can't afford £10. But I'm giving it her, and she can well joke on it. We've got to get the education of our kids back in the hands of the people that love them, not the people who use them as statistics and ways to earn money. My sons are her job. She doesn't care about them. She doesn't care about the school. The whole place, everybody there works for money, and you can tell it. You know what I mean? You can tell it just by speaking to any of them. They do what they have to do, what's in the curriculum, which wasn't written by nice people. My sons do not get taught how to be nice. They don't get taught normal, everyday things. You know, they get taught about death. They get taught about money. And I just think it's wrong. And I thought I'd share, because I like to share. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.